Torrey Smith, the wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens, his younger brother Tevin Smith died early this morning in a motorcycle accident not far from here.
I just thank everyone, on behalf of my family, man. I was telling my teammates a minute ago, it's new territory for me personally. I never really had to deal with, a death in the family, let alone, my brother, and our family, everyone's so tight, and, just like a lot of other families, but it's part of life, and, due to my teammates and my family and friends, I'll be able to get over it.
C.J. Beathard's very happy Joe's back out there.
Third down and 8.
Nice pickup.
Wide open for the speedster, Goodwin. And Goodwin is gone. A 49er touchdown. Carlos Hyde with a good block. Talk about redemption. Goodwin had the penalty on the previous play or two.
That allow the time for C.J. Beathard to throw. You bring the pressure, you block it up. That has been the big issue for the Niners offense. Defense is bringing pressure, them not being able to coordinate and get it protected.
Doctors told me since, 2 spinal fusions, I gotta, can't play Major League Baseball anymore. So I just want to thank my teammates, all the coaching staff. I'm really miss being around those guys because a lot of fun, and I just been in the big league clubhouse since I was their age. So it's to not be able to play is going to be tough.
Fans here at Marlins Park beginning to chant Jose, Jose. I don't know how they're going to do it, but the Miami Marlins are going to play a baseball game against the Mets tonight. I was especially struck by the poignancy of the national anthem, a song we hear every day. But for a young man who risked everything to be a part of this country, it rang especially true today.
What's just so wild is that the ocean was his path to us, and that's what he used to get that great talent, that effervescent personality. The guy that could have been a transcendent kind of player in the sense that all of the old school stuff of what you are could have changed with him, who was just played like he was 12 years old still.
Well, it was just a beautiful ceremony. I'm just struck by the magnitude of the emotion out there from the players, particularly the Marlin players. You saw their expressions on their face and their eyes. It's tough. It's a tough day.
Gordon has started to look like the D. Gordon of last year. Gordon to right. It's deep. And it's gone! D. Gordon has hit it out. And the Marlins have a 1-0 lead.
This time they were 1-11-1. One for the big ball. Got a man open. Ball is caught. Touchdown. Chad Ochocinco. And you know there's going to be a tribute here. For Chris Henry.
Jim, you talked about it in the pregame. Chris Henry loved the game, and he loved big plays. Top.
How's this for drama?
Buffalo Bills lining up. Washington has only 10 players on defense.
Reed Doughty is the guy who's expected to replace Sean Taylor in the lineup. He's on the sideline.
Edwards on a handoff to Fred Jackson, cutting to the outside. Jackson turns the corner.
See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Honoring Sean Taylor.
Reggie White was back in Philadelphia's Veterans Stadium as the guest speaker for the Billy Graham Crusade. Reggie was told of Jerome's death moments before he took the stage, then broke the news to the Philly faithful.
Tonight I had planned on sharing my testimony, but it's kind of been altered. Today, I lost a great friend. Philadelphia lost a great player. Jerome Brown died today.
Burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts
to
snow. Only know you love her when you let her go.
This man was a very special man to me.
Only know you've been high when you're feeling low.
His family,
only hate the road,
very special people.
Only know
and all the stuff that you heard about Jerome Brown, and the things said about him, and even the negative stuff. This man was one of the greatest people I ever met and knew in my life.
Nice curveball. Throws hard.
And a nice big hand for Wilmer Flores as he comes to bat. Most of these fans know that Wilmer's about to get traded. And social media being such these days, everybody knows what the situation is. It's a little odd that Wilmer's still in the game. But the fans giving him a nice send-off here. Ground to him right at the shortstop, Amarista. And Flores retired 2 out.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through.
be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side. And now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
And the fact that he's out there and risking injury at a time when you're trying to consummate the trade is strange in itself. But for him to be that emotional and out on the field just strikes me as odd.
Well, this is a business part of the game, Gary, and it can be heartless and unsympathetic. I am not one to, provide a towel to cry on one's shoulder, but I feel for Wilmer. I know exactly what he's going through.
Well, this was after Wilmer Flores came off the field in the top of the inning. Terry Collins went over to him, and then he had a rather lengthy heart-to-heart with Wilmer. I don't know exactly what's being communicated here, but clearly Terry is concerned about what has happened here tonight. Flores, having spent the last 4 or 5 innings in limbo,
and when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach. So remember me when I'm gone.
Once the conversation was over, he took his equipment, headed down the tunnel, and looks as though he is not going to take it back. If his turn comes up here tonight.
And now you gon' be with me for the last ride. Let the light
guide. So it appears the Mets career of Wilmer Flores, at least for the moment, has come to an end. Following Wilmer down the tunnel.
In Yankee Stadium, touched to tears by the tribute, Gary made his last public appearance.
For the past 2 weeks, you've been reading about a bad rag. Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. When you look around, wouldn't you consider it privilege to associate yourself with such a fine-looking man as is standing in uniform in this ballpark today? But I might have been given a bad break, but I've got an awful lot to live for.
Ortiz out on the field being mobbed by photographers, waving his cap to the crowd. He's around the first base line now. And there are maybe 30 camera people out there with him. David looking around at the entire audience here. I would say maybe 25,000 fans have stayed for this.
At least, and this is something you just don't ever see. A person getting this kind of attention. David now standing on the pitching rubber. He's doffing his cap to the crowd now, as David had just climbed up on top of the pitching mound, and the host of cameras around him in a circle.
I don't believe he has a microphone. He pats his hand on his heart. That's his heart with his hand, and waving to the crowd, turning around completely. We're now waving to the fans in the bleachers. Looking out toward right field where he hit so many home runs. Now looking to the people behind home plate and down the third base line.
Looks like he's fighting back tears, Joe.
Very somber, of course, very disappointed. The result, the Red Sox being swept, losing a one-run game for the second time in this three-game series. I've never seen anything like this at the end of a career. As Yaz came in from left field, replaced by Jiggo Walker. Ted Williams, replaced by Carroll Hart.
Here comes the 3-0. Sammy hits a high fly ball, deep right center. Back goes Merced to the wall and right, looking up, leaping. That ball is gone for a home run. Sammy Sosa has hit one into the basket just to the right of the 368 sign. He's carrying an American flag around the bases, and the Cubs lead 1-0. That's number 59 for Sammy Sosa.
It seems we've seen it too many times to count. Fans leaping from their seats, leaning over railings in desperate pursuit of a foul ball, the most American of souvenirs. But this time, one fan went too far, and for it, he paid the ultimate price. And we want to warn you, some of this may be very hard to watch.
It was the second inning. It looked like just another foul ball. But seconds later, the fans' reactions in the outfield told a different story.
Great in their last. Exactly. I would rather have that than have it like Holland.
On the replay, we see what horrified the crowd. A man, attending the game with his young son next to him, falls some 20 feet to the ground. Ranger center fielder Josh Hamilton had tossed the ball into the stands, and the fan, a local firefighter, appears to catch it before tumbling over the rail head first, landing behind a 14-foot wall that holds the stadium's video screen.
This poor guy just fell like who knows how far.
One man standing next to him in the stands saw the shocking scene play out.
The ball was coming toward us. The gentleman reached out to grab it and lost his balance, went over the rail. I reached out to grab him, and he went straight down. Head first, hit on his face and his arm. When he did, he kind of rolled over underneath the scoreboard.
After plummeting to the concrete, Shannon Stone, an area firefighter, was taken from the stadium on a stretcher, conscious, alert enough to ask EMTs to check on his son, who was now left alone in the stands. But less than an hour later, Stone was dead.
As an organization, as our team members and our staff were very heavy-hearted about this, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the family.
Players and fans shaken in disbelief after hearing of Stone's death. Even the former President George W. Bush and his wife Laura, seen here during the national anthem, were in the stands. The incident, eerily similar to one almost exactly a year ago in the same stadium, when a man fell 30 feet from the upper deck trying to catch a foul ball. He fractured his skull, but recovered. Shannon Stone was not so lucky.